Ready?
Yes, sir.
I'd like to call to order the County Commission meeting for Jackson County for January 26th, 6 p.m. Ms. Willanne Daniels will say the prayer and then we'll do the pledge. Would you please stand?
Let's pray. Lord, we just thank you for this evening, that how we can come together as a community and have this board make decisions, God. I just pray that you'd have your hand on them and that they would make decisions that are wise and that would be a benefit to our community as we strive to grow and prosper. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. McKinney, are you on?
Yes, sir. Present.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Ms. Willanne,
There are no changes to the agenda.
I hear a motion.
Motion to approve. Second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve by Commissioner Pate, seconded by Commissioner Hill. All of those in favor, raise your right hand. Mr. McKinney, you say aye.
Aye.
All right, we got it. 5-0. Okay, consent agenda items.
Offer a motion that the consent agenda be approved. Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Donifro and a second by Commissioner Hill to approve the consent agenda items. Is there any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Mr. McKinney?
Aye.
Thank you. 5-0. Okay, page 31, Ms. Sandy Martin.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
We got you. Go ahead.
Hi, this is Sandy Martin, Administrator for Florida Department of Health in Jackson County, with a COVID-19 update for 1/26/21. The current Jackson County cumulative total of COVID-19 is 5,558. The last 2 weeks, we've been running a 13.65% positivity rate, which has pretty well held steady. We're currently monitoring 260 in the community. Jackson Hospital has 14 admitted on their COVID wing, with 5 on event, and our deaths are at 130. And I'll pause there in case you have any questions before I go into vaccines.
Ms. Martin passed out some sheets to the board. Did y'all get it? It was laying out. Should have given you all the information she's going over. Commissioner Hill's looking.
I got it.
I know she laid it up there. I saw it.
Okay, you made that something.
Go ahead, Ms. Sandy.
Okay, those sheets that I just spoke about are the first 3. It's the Florida sheet, it's the first one, and then the next 2 are specific to Jackson County. Those are the ones that you're used to me handing out. The last 2 pages are the vaccine summary that you're not used to seeing. They're pretty new. That's the last 2 sheets in your packet. And I'm referring to the Jackson County vaccine summary, which is the very last page. To date, Jackson County residents have received 4,726 doses of the COVID-19 Moderna vaccine. That would account for 4,238 first doses and 244 second doses. Those are all, well, I take that back. They are mostly the Moderna vaccine. Sunland staff and residents did receive Pfizer vaccine from an incident management team that went out there, but everyone else in the county has received the Moderna vaccine. That's all inclusive of all long-term care facilities, vaccine given by PanCare, vaccine given by the health department, and vaccine given by Jackson Hospital. And that is for Jackson County residents only, as long as they receive their dose in the state of Florida. We had a really successful event on January 13th at the Ag Complex. It was, a great event with everyone in the county coming together. Everyone, including the women's club who came out and fed the staff on scene. We had about 96 staff members on scene. 40 of those were from the health department. The rest were employed by the county, different agencies, Florida Highway Patrol, law enforcement. It was just a great event, and I want to express my appreciation to everyone who was involved in that event. We are going to repeat that for second doses on Wednesday, February 10th, the same times, 9 to 3. And I want to remind everyone there is no reason to spend the night and wait in line because you have a dose waiting for you. We will have a dose when you arrive, so there's no reason to rush the line to get there early for that. Also, moving forward, we have emergency management working with Koba Beasley, with the Chipola Ministries and Florida Baptist Association, who's disseminating a form tonight, actually at the ministerial meeting, to all pastors in our area so that they can start to gather up groups of individuals age 65 and older so that we can start to go out into the community and vaccinate groups at a time that are associated with our churches. We've also reached out to Ms. Linda Franklin with Jackson County NAACP to reach individuals with those groups. I would encourage anyone who has a group, be it a church group or any other kind of group, if you have a gathering of people 65 or older that would like the COVID vaccine, get in touch with me, and I'm glad to put together an event to make sure we reach everyone and get those people vaccinated. I will remind you that you have to have not had COVID in the last 90 days to receive your first dose, and you have to have not had a vaccine of any sort in the last 14 days to receive your first dose. We do have people coming up on their second doses, and they are okay to get their second doses even if they have had COVID, as long as they are 10 days past their symptoms. However, if they have received the antibody therapy, the infusion therapy that has been so successful between their first and second doses, they will need to wait 90 days for their second dose. And Commissioner Donifro had asked me a question last time, how many seniors have we vaccinated of the 65 plus population in Jackson County? Well, right now it's 3,388 of that population having had their first dose, which represents 35.6% of our seniors in Jackson County. I think that's all I have for today, but I'll entertain any questions.
Ms. Sandy? Ms.
Yes, sir.
So we're getting close enough that you're willing now to go out to the churches and administer the vaccine?
Yes, sir. It would be beneficial to us if we could gather up groups of 50 or more. But even if we have small congregations or small groups of people, I don't want to hold that just to churches. If you have any kind of clubs that can gather up a large number of people and give me one contact, that's certainly much easier than me trying to call 50 people. So that's one other way we're trying to get groups of individuals. They do have to be 65 or older because we are still under the governor's executive order. But we have had some difficulty in reaching individuals that are on our waiting list. They sign up for the waiting list and we call and they either don't answer or they call back later than we've already had the event, or they can't come. But it would be much easier if we had different individuals in our community who could group up large numbers for us, and then we would be glad to come out. Even if they're smaller numbers, we would hit them, we would put several small groups together.
Let me ask you this. How much time do you need before to be notified before they can actually do the event?
That depends. Right now, we got 400 doses this week. We're working to get those out by Thursday. We are actively calling people now to get those doses out on Thursday. Meanwhile, we started our second doses this week, so we've been pretty busy with second doses already this week. I don't yet know how many doses I'll get next week. So, that's just a logistical problem for me. So you might tell me you have 50, and that would be great for me to know, but I can't act on it until I have 50 doses that I could give you. So I would say gather up the numbers now, and, if you can be patient with me, as soon as I get the doses in and get them thawed out, I'll get them out the door.
Well, I know that I will reach out to the churches in my district, and I assume the other commissioners will probably do the same. So do you have a number that you want them to call
Actually, Miss Renee at Emergency Management has that number, and it's the Emergency Management Office to call her. She's heading that up for us.
Okay. All right. Does anyone have any
I
questions?
also
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I also passed out a sheet of paper that has a first and second dose dates on it, so that we could dispel any confusion about when you got your first dose and when and where your second dose is due. Do you have that there?
Yes, we do.
Okay, very good. We are going to publish that tonight. Mr. Harkrider will put that out to the media either tonight or in the morning, so that we can get that out for everyone to understand when they got their first dose, when they're supposed to get their second dose. We do have a little bit of flexibility. For the most part, we scheduled it right on the 28 days for Moderna, and that's what we're supposed to do. But we can give the dose up to 48 hours prior to the 28th day and up to 5 days after. So don't panic if your day comes up and you're out of town or something happens. You could come on another day.
So you're going to do another big drive on the 10th of February out at the Ag Center?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That one's highlighted because we did 1,750 that day, and so we anticipate 1,750 will come back on February 10th. So that's the reason that one is highlighted.
So you're not looking for new people to show up. These are the second dose.
Absolutely not. No, so these are second doses only. That's an important point. Thank you. These are people that should only the people that were at the Ag Complex the first time should come back to the Ag Complex the second time. They should bring their little white card with them. That's helpful. If for some reason they don't have it, we can make another card, so don't panic. We do have the list of individuals that got vaccinated that day, and so we'll know if we missed someone, and we'll double back and call them.
I assume you'll be coordinating with Ms. Willan and everyone from the county to help you.
Yes, sir. It'll just be a do-over. It was so
Okay.
good last time. We don't want to change much.
Y'all did a good job. Commissioner Pate?
Miss Sandy, you might have just said it wrong, but make sure you put the Ag Center instead of the Ag Complex. The Ag Complex is on Penn Avenue. We all get it confused once in a while.
Yeah, a lot of people call it that, and we've actually changed the name on that form a few times. We'll change it again to say Ag Center. We sure will.
Anything else?
Just thank y'all for a good time. They did a good job. Yeah, first shot. So very good coordination.
Thank you. And you had a lot of good people working today.
Excellent job, Ms. Martin. Excellent job.
Thank you. Thank you. We
Okay.
certainly appreciate it.
Okay, next item is Melvin Engineering. Page 33, guys.
Wasn't sure if you're gonna sit down or stand up. You can sit down, I guess. Well, Miss Judge.
Good evening.
Evening.
We're working with City of Marietta on a safety project that's very vital to the community. We have been trying to fund a sidewalk project on South Street that would run from Pearson all the way back to Eva May. This entire corridor has no pedestrian facilities at all between those areas. By the construction of this project, it will actually interconnect 4 sidewalk systems that are already in existence to the community. And we're asking for the board, since South Street is actually a county roadway, we're asking for a support letter and for the resolution of support as part of our application.
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Donald. All of those in favor, raise your right hand. And Commissioner McKinney, I need to hear an aye if you were in favor.
Aye.
Okay, 5-0, motion passes.
Thank you.
What's the anticipated cost, Evan? Do you have you done any cost
Right
estimates
at
yet?
just under $500,000.
Okay, Jeff Johnson. Okay.
Good evening. This is for board approval for a master service agreement with Lumen, formerly CenturyLink, for our CPE hardware and software and every project that we currently have ongoing with Lumen.
So move, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion by Commissioner Hill,
Second.
second by Commissioner Pate. One thing, Michelle, this is the contract that you always object to. Do you want to enter something onto the record?
My notes made it into your packet, this is the contract that I always object to, and my concerns remain the same, that you don't have any.
Okay, we don't have an option. Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Fate. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Commissioner McKinney?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries 5-0. Thank you. Ms. Christy Andresen.
Good evening, Board.
Evening.
This request is for a non-exclusive facilities use agreement with Emerald Coast Terminal Concepts for at the Russ House. Basically, just prevent them from having to fill out a rental agreement every time they wanted to use the facility as we update our contracts and rental process countywide.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Hill. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, Commissioner Donato, second. Are they going to continue donating some funds to the Russ House?
Yes, sir. That would be the understanding, is that in lieu of a rental fee, they would donate funds back.
Is that going to be in your agreement? Because I did not see that.
Yes,
I would recommend you put it in there, just so that whoever comes after me can look and see it. All right,
we can do that.
so it's approved. It will be approved contingent upon that being inserted. Is that acceptable with you guys? Okay, all those in favor, raise your right hand. Commissioner McKinney.
Aye.
Okay, carries 5-0.
Thank you.
John, ask one question. Chris, real quick. This paranormal concept, is that, who is
Yeah.
that?
Ghost.
Well, I know what it is. They've been up here before. We had some.
Yes,
Okay, that's
they've
what
been
I
up
meant.
here.
Okay.
They've actually, we've had a relationship with them at the Russ House for like 9 years, and
This
they've
makes
raised
the
over
second time I've ever heard
$10,000
those
for the
words in
building.
Jackson County. So.
Just the same one.
No, thank you.
Okay, Chief Bruner.
I'm going to read the item for Chief Brenner. This request is for board approval to expend funds to the Town of Grand Ridge Volunteer Fire Department in the amount of $7,500 for firefighting equipment. A letter from the town manager was attached to the item.
Okay, is there a motion?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
I have a motion by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Pate. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Commissioner McKinney.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries 5-0.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, Scotty Taylor. Page 67.
Good evening, board members. I got a
Evening.
couple items. First item is board adoption of a temporary road closure resolution and right of way for Holmes Creek Bridge replacement where Spruce Road turns into Woodham Road at the county line. There's actually two, well, they got separated. I thought they put them together. The construction would be 2023, 2024, but FDOT need to get these documents done now, but this is approving a road closure for Spruce, and there's a detour in y'all's packet to show that being routed around by piano and all that. But when we get closer to doing it, we'll put it out with the public, but we just need y'all to, the chairman to sign that and approve it so DOT can move on. The bridge will currently, I guess it's kind of like two bridges.
What's your question, Danielle?
You need to adopt the resolution separately, so we know which is in order of which.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to grant the request.
Okay, this is for the resolution.
Ma'am?
There's two together.
Okay, on the,
Both of them, just say both of them.
no.
You gotta do them separate.
Do it separate.
The resolution
Resolution
for
for,
the FDOT agreement to replace the bridge.
yes. I got a motion for a second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Motion by Commissioner Pate, second by Commissioner Hill. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Commissioner McKinney?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries 5-0 on that particular
Another motion
resolution.
to accept the road closure.
Okay.
So moved.
Okay, Motion by Commissioner Pate, second by Commissioner Hill. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Commissioner McKinney,
Aye.
carries 5-0. All right, next.
Then we received funding from FDOT to widen and resurface Piano Road in the amount of $3,078,883. Need a resolution accepting this agreement under the FDOT scrap program. Everything's ready to go out to bid.
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Pate, second by Commissioner Hill. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Commissioner McKinney.
Thank goodness.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries 5-0.
The patch truck gets to slow down just a little.
Okay, Scotty, you have the next one.
Need board approval to purchase a wheel loader in the amount of $236,271 from Thompson Tractor under the current Forest Chefs Association contract, which this replaces the loader we're having issues with that was sold at auction.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Hill, second by who?
Second for discussion.
Second for discussion by Commissioner Pate.
Where's the money gonna come from?
Money comes from the
Reimbursement money that, from FEMA,
sale of that,
and the sale of the equipment.
Was there enough of it?
Say it again now.
The sale of the equipment went to the merger. Are you talking about the?
Said it right. Right, wait. Then we're gonna do it through the FEMA, right?
Also supposed to be FEMA.
Right, through
Okay.
FEMA reimbursement.
Well,
money.
the question I have now,
FEMA reimbursement.
yeah, so this is out of the forced labor,
Is that a part we've already been validated and given the money?
forced labor?
Clear. It ain't coming out of the money that y'all are banking to do
Okay.
something.
Okay, I just wanna make sure.
This is all
'cause,
money
yeah.
that was reimbursed from prior work that.
How
the
much
road
is that?
$236,271.
How much money's there? I just.
I have no idea on that one.
Does
If
it
that's every
exceed
bit of
this?
it For that,
Is it able to cover this?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right, that's one way. And it goes to District 4.
Goes to
No.
Jackson County.
no,
Goes to county.
goes to Jackson County and on Sweet Pond
I
Road.
thought when mine tore up, I just had to wait.
Goes to Jackson County. Serve all citizens of this county.
Okay,
Yeah, you're saying that, but that's,
are you finished with your discussion?
yeah,
Yeah, for
Okay.
now.
I'm gonna let you
All
off the
right.
hook.
Hearing no more discussion, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Commissioner McKinney?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries 5-0.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Okay. Hunter, you're up next, buddy.
Hello, good afternoon. So the first request I have is to move 11 to 10, if you guys don't mind, because we want to reject the proposal first. So starting with that, first request here is requesting board approval to reject the responses from RFQ 2021-01 for the Road and Bridge Office Building. So what happened was we made a blunder in our procurement process. If the A&E services exceed the cost of construction services under federal guidelines, you have to bid that out with a price involved with the solicitation. So we use an RFQ, which is basically qualifications. Obviously we flagged it. So we need to reject it and do it separately.
Okay, yes.
I think you actually need to rescind your motion.
Danielle, stand by a minute. I can't hear you with the mask and this thing going.
They awarded it contingent on FEMA last meeting. So FEMA says no, do they reject it or do they? I would just reject it.
Who made the motion? Or do we just, does it matter?
Okay, I need a motion.
I make a motion.
Commissioner Hill makes a motion to reject.
Second.
Second by Commissioner
Got a
Pate.
question though, is how long a delay is this gonna put us now?
Don't matter. You can't do it the way we've done it.
So that's what I'll cover in the next item.
Okay. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Commissioner McKinney?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries 5-0. All right, item 10.
Okay. Now that we've done that, we have an option. So we can either go back and solicit through an RFP and do it the way of do it, design build, but do it through an RFP process, or we can go with our continuing service contract with CRA and do the design first and then bid out the construction separately. So if we do that, this is the proposal requesting board approval of the design proposal from CRA to perform A&E services and contract administration for the construction of this new building. And that price is $135,532.93. And if you compare that to the average cost of this project from the Department of Management Services fee calculator for A&E services, that is under the cost for this kind of project, which is a average complexity project.
So they're just going to design the project for that amount?
So this is
and manage it?
Design, A&E, and contract administration, the whole, yes.
Okay. And how much is the building going to cost us?
So that's based off 1.44 million.
Okay.
Scotty, which way?
What is quick? I mean, is it?
So 90 days is what they have to get to the bidding stage, but I talked to them and so they can get down to for sure 75 and possibly less to get it out to bid. If we're happy, we can speed up the review process.
They committed to 90 days for planning to get it to the.
They
bid
committed to
stage.
75, yes.
So we saving. So this is delaying it how much?
It's really not, I mean, I don't know if it's
So
delaying.
you
it
don't
at
say
all.
that, you don't say the time in the pre-plan you already got done?
Because,
We have to expend X amount of dollars before October, and it can be done, in order, how much is that,
This is 135,000.
no, how much is it that we gotta expend?
Like 660,000.
yeah, the original design or the original delivery method, you would still had to have gone through a design process. Still would have taken probably 75 to 90 days in design, and then we started construction. So probably, really no delay in going this delivery.
So this is just for the design aspect of it, right? So move, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Hill.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Donifro. Any more discussion? Okay, all those in favor, raise your right hand. Commissioner McKinney?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries 5-0. Okay, item number 12, Mr. Hunter Potts.
So this item is to request board approval of task order number 11 for GP Strategies to complete the LMS plan. So it says GP Strategies, but if you notice on the proposal, the money is actually going straight for direct labor costs for the subcontractor, which is Excel. And the reason for this task order, the primary reason is for additional services required from this company to complete the LMS plan and updates. There was a outdated list of contacts that was provided to them that had to spend sufficient hours. It has here that they sent to me 40 hours updating that list and significant outreach. And then also additionally, there's about a 10-page RFI response from the state on the plan. So this is the work, this task order captures all that extra work for them.
So move, Mr. Chairman.
I have a motion by Commissioner Hill,
Second for discussion.
second by Commissioner Pate for discussion.
We didn't contract with this bunch, right? They're a sub to GP Strategies.
That's correct.
And we give GP Strategy a task to do this. And have they already, this is to finish it?
Yes.
Why didn't they finish it on what they give us the proposal for?
So that's the whole reason for the task order is because there was additional things outside of what they originally.
You seen them, were they?
What?
I mean, we're just
So-
going by this and it.
Yes, so I mean, the LMS chair is here in the room, if you want him to speak on this matter. So
Yeah.
his
come on
opinion
up
is
and
that,
speak to us.
his opinion is that they should do it for the contract price, but they're saying that they won't do it unless they have additional funding to finish it out.
Well, what's GP Strategy gonna do about we contract with them to do it for a certain amount?
Wait, let me get this straight, Mr. Chairman, if you don't mind. So you're saying we paid GP Strategies a contractual agreement to finish a project. There was some added, did they not know about the add-ons or the complexity of the project?
So the price come from Excel.
Right.
So yeah, this extra,
23.
yes, is coming
24 times.
from Excel, yeah.
35.
So they misbid is what they did. They underbid it. If they're having to sub it out and ask for
Well,
$25,000.
Yes and no. So I'm saying that there was additional like 40 hours of work they had to do to update a list that we gave them, that if it was up to what it was supposed to be, they shouldn't have to have done that. So that's what they're saying is they had to do a lot of extra work to get it done.
So they're only asking for 35.52 even, right?
Right, to finish it out.
I don't understand why that should come out of our funds when they misbid. I mean, usually if you do a bid wrong and subsequently that's your
Well,
underestimate.
so I definitely agree with you, but also there's a change order aspect. So like if you do something and you find something, like if you go into a building and you find something that was damaged that you didn't know about, you ask for a change order to fix those things. So this is basically the same thing, but for work in a plan they didn't know about.
This is specific work specifically outside of their original task work order.
Correct.
Scope.
Correct.
I mean, and you're comfortable with that it was outside of the original scope of work?
I am, but.
So they had to compile a list or had to correct a list that we compile?
Yes, they were given a list of about 40 contacts of people, municipalities that they were going to, let's see.
So we
call it?
Is that what we're saying?
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out if it was inadvertently. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you know, that's.
Evan, do you want to speak on this?
Please.
So how many people's on the list?
I don't know. So this is something
How
that
many-
I was tasked
how
with
many
getting complete after
municipalities
Rodney
are
has left. So this is the issue here.
How many municipalities?
There's like 14 or 11.
And
Hunter's just,
Hunter's on the hot seat for something he didn't do.
You're the pigeon that's on the phone.
I could go visit every one of the towns for less than that. Okay, we got a motion and a second. All right. All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those
we gotta
opposed,
finish it.
like sign.
So if you don't finish it, you're potentially jeopardizing $20 million of HMGP projects.
Wait.
But I'm not happy.
So you're saying that if we don't finish this way,
You gotta have this comprehensive plan.
so why even bring it to the board just for approval then? Because I mean, that was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
We've had these discussions about GP in the past and these are continuing. Okay.
Okay,
I'll do it, but we need to set a meeting with them.
okay. Mr. McKinney?
Now, Mr. Honda, they won't be coming at us with anything else, correct?
Correct.
Okay, with that, aye.
Okay, very good, thank you. Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Make a note on that one.
Sorry, Hunter.
It was already brought to their attention.
All right, the last item I have is requesting board approval of replacement insurance coverage to Florida Municipal Insurance Trust. So now if you'll see the letter that Albert Milton sent, the reason for this change is because entirely based upon the fact that this account had grown outside Liberty Mutual's ability to cover. So the expiring premium was around $535,000. Had the policy been renewed, it could have been up to $100,000 more. So this new premium is going to be $518,666. And so following this request, the county will receive a quote acceptance letter that we'll have to sign to initiate the coverage.
Okay,
For a motion to approve the request.
okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Donifro, second by Commissioner Hill for discussion, and I have a comment.
Well, you do go yours first and I'll finish. Go ahead.
In looking at this, we were paying $929.60 for coverage of our buildings and quote, the property.
To clarify, that is your equipment at Road and Bridge. It's inland marine coverage. It's not just the property that the building sit on. It's
No,
also
it's all the
of your-
equipment
So it's
and
content.
everything. Yeah, and the content. But we're spending over $500,000. And Hurricane Michael came and we had deductibles of $1.4 million. Is that correct?
Approximately.
And we collected $1.3 million. So 3 years, we could have, if we could have put that $500,000 in the bank, we would have had everything we got. I was not pleased with our insurance policy. What I would like to see us do is look at, we got a $17,263.60 savings. Look at possibly starting some way to come up with a means of self-insuring on this. Because I am not talking about liability, but how many years did we go without any major damage to a building? And when you're dropping $500,000 a year, it don't take you long to have some money in the bank to take care of it. That's just a thought, my idea.
What was our
Mr.
total,
Hill?
what was our total damage from the storm?
I think it was 1.3 or 4 million, and we got 1.3 or
I
4.
think
We got closer to $3 million from insurance.
How
And
much?
they're steady giving us more as we repair the
3
building.
million. I
We
bet
got
we-
almost, it was 2.6 million is a safe number.
Yeah,
to
'cause we-
say that.
yeah.
We got checks for it.
Road and bridge damage was quite a bit. How much is that?
Still at $500,000. And the
Does that have $1 million
deductible, our
for this
deductible like the kills.
So one thing that was going to come from this proposal is that they're going to take a look at all the buildings individually and make sure that they're up to what they should be in terms of value. And then also what I was going to do from this point on is get you the breakout of the buildings and equipment separately, so you can see what we're paying for buildings, because it may not be that, of that 500,000, it may not be that much. And then we'll know the cost
So if
breakdown.
they evaluate our buildings and some of them may or may not be up to standards, and they may take them off the cycle.
Or it's a potential that the premium could go up, yeah.
Okay,
That was my question.
okay. Anything else? Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Pate.
Mayor,
No, I'm sorry, Donna
Fro,
Fro,
second.
second by Commissioner Hill. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Commissioner McKinney?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Willan,
This is a request for board appointment of a representative to serve as a member of the Chipola Regional Workforce Development Consortium. Previously, Commissioner Chuck Lockie served in that capacity. I believe Tammy Mathis gave you all your chart again tonight, so everyone could see the boards that everyone is currently serving on, and so just looking for direction for who you would like to serve in that capacity.
do I hear a motion?
Since Commissioner Lockie was serving on it, I don't mind serving on it if it's the pleasure of the board.
I make that motion, Paul Donofrio serves on it.
Okay, have a motion by Commissioner Hill,
Second.
second by Commissioner Pate. All those in favor to name Paul Donofrio to serve, raise your right hand. Commissioner McKinney?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries 5-0. Okay, Ms. Willan,
This is a request for board approval of change order number 2 for the Endeavor Site redevelopment phase 1. There's a list of items that were identified as the demolition has unfolded. If you'll notice on page 137, there's one item that actually is credited back for $53,727 as a building was identified that did not need to be torn down. And so the total is $40,733 to come from the governor's job growth funds.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
have a motion by Commissioner Hill,
Second. with a
second
question.
by Commissioner Donofrio.
A question, I guess, to David. In the gymnasium, did we ever identify if there was any asbestos in that building? And was that included in this list?
It's not in this list, but we have done the asbestos survey on that, and I'm trying to remember, it had some on it. I'll get you a copy.
But that's not included in,
That's not included in this, the demo of this or the autism.
David, just for the record, state your name.
David Melvin.
Okay. We just paid these people for their survey, Earth Sciences. And here again, they're asking for more money. How did they miss all of this?
Well, what this is, we didn't originally do the survey in the infirmary and the warehouse.
Okay.
Because we were just doing interior demo, and to be honest, I didn't think they would have asbestos in there.
Mm-hmm.
So we paid for the asbestos survey. It was just $1,500 a building for the survey. The infirmary had $43,000 of asbestos on it, primarily around the exterior
Really?
of the building. Yeah.
What was it?
The transite. Paul may be more familiar
which
with
building
that
is
than
that?
I am.
The infirmary.
Infirmary.
Okay, I got
The
it.
clinic building out there. So that's the big ticket item on there.
Okay.
Chairman, Mr. Melvin, stump removal increased 50 to 134 at $200 each. Just, they didn't know how many stumps was out there? I mean,
We
they're
did.
pretty
We
obvious.
put an estimate in there of 50, because at the time FEMA had not, when we did the bid, FEMA had not removed stumps. And so, you know, it bring me more stumps than that to come. I think they've got most of them, but yeah, so we just put an estimate of 50 stumps in there because we didn't know what stumps FEMA was going to remove at the time. And
They've
apparently,
removed some
you know,
since we give this?
and my guys out there counting stumps that they're pulling, and it's only stumps over 12 inches in diameter, but there was 134, and that's pulling them completely out and putting dirt back in
the holes.
Make it look good.
And we'll have a little bit more of a change order on this. So we're finding a few more manholes that are buried out there. We have a unit price on doing manholes and those type of things.
As far as where we're at on the project, what percentage of this project's done?
They think they'll finish on time or ahead of schedule, and on that change order, it has the date. So they're at 50%. Their substantial completion date is April 9th, and they think they'll finish by then, a little bit ahead of that.
It's looking better.
Pardon?
It's looking better.
Yeah, and they're really about to start, doing a lot more to make it look better. And then when we get all that done and you take the fence down, it'll really make a difference in the looks.
And that fence will come down right after, correct?
Yeah, they're just leaving up the fence
Right.
while we're doing the demo.
Right, sure.
And that'll
Yeah,
be the last
absolutely.
thing that they demo.
Are they across the road yet? Doing those little buildings across the road?
No, we weren't doing anything on the north campus on it other than plugging the well over there.
Because I know we got a bunch of old buildings.
We got a bunch of old buildings. What we've done is we've applied for, in the grants that came out with CDBG-DR, we applied for money to do all the rest of the demolition, north and south campus. That was a grant application. The city, we used the city grant application to apply for the water improvements out there, to see if that, and we used the city application to apply for the sewer to go out there. The county did an electric application for that, and of course the gym civic centers in that. And so if we can get some of those grants, we'll be in good shape. To kind of give you a recap of where we're at, our job growth grant has $4.7 million in it, $4.8 million in it in construction dollars. And so this demolition will probably end up being around 1.6 million on it. And so that'll leave us about $3.1 million left. We hope to present to you, we're doing the plans, Paul, is on the autism renovations out there. And that's probably going to be in the $500,000 or $600,000 range on the renovation to the school out there. And we'll probably be ready to present that to you in probably not next meeting, but maybe the meeting after that, and go out for bids for it. And so with that, then we'll have about $2.5 million left. And that's when we will come back and say, let's see what we want to spend that $2.5 million.
Was there anything
If
for
we get some of
roads?
these grants, we'll be in good shape. If we don't get some of these grants, then we'll have to be pretty selective on how we spend. this.
Fixing the road was,
Get a road.
Yeah, met
Fix the
Scotty
roads.
out there, we looked at the road, there was no doubt
Oh, yeah.
that the roads will be done and, you know, I brought way back when, in fact, I was looking, it was November 2019 when we went through priority lists and what things that would cost out there and all. But, you know, we got electrical, water, we got some sewer repairs left to do. So we got the roads, you know, yeah, that's high priority is the main roads coming in.
How many, what is the total number of length roads out there? It has to be over a mile.
Yeah, you know, I never added them up together, but we've got a
Okay, that's
aerial
fine.
with
Yeah.
all of them on there.
Shoot me that.
So the,
Well, yeah.
the gym, where are we on that?
Well, we completed the plans for it as a shelter, so that we got the
Okay.
points for the grant application. And they're kind of saying maybe in the next 3 or 4 weeks, they'll make an announcement on those grants. And
Okay.
so we're kind of sitting on hold, waiting to see if we get that grant money, then, you know, we're in good shape, we're moving ahead. If we don't get the grant money, then I think the choice will be either we renovate it with TDC money, or they'll have a second round of this grant. You know, they had 114 million in the first round, 114 million in the second round. So they'll have a second round of that.
we need
Uh,
first.
Don't leave, but we're gonna take care of this motion.
Okay.
All right,
Where we at?
I need a motion and a second,
You got
We
one.
got
got
it.
one.
You were done for.
okay? All right, all those in favor, raise your right hand. Mr. McKinney?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries 5-0. David, we've been talking about the housing. Where are we on the conceptual plan for that housing area?
We've got one where we've got a phone call. We have a weekly phone call with First Place, and tomorrow we're going to look at the housing. Not
Different project.
autism, the south. I'm
The
sorry.
320 acres.
Yeah.
Who's the road?
We haven't done much on it, but we can.
Okay. All right.
But tomorrow, we are looking at the housing for the autism and having a discussion with a individual that has an art facility in Jacksonville that worked with Florida Housing Finance for our tiny home development or our on-site development there.
Well, if we did the tiny homes, we could pick up them and move them in the future if we wanted to.
You could, but we're gonna make a nice.
Well, Charlie Johnson will move them. Guarantee
I'm
you.
sure
he can
Pro
make it
Bono, right? Good. Chairman, I was just going to ask, where are we at on the Cruiser Road project on that? The design on that should be paid for with that.
Yeah, so the Coosa Road part, that's a city grant. And so we have our 3 grants in place, all signed. The EDA grant that they came 2.6 million, CDBG 2 million, and the city's got a 1.5 million for the road there.
David, he's actually talking about the Poozer Road over
Not
on the other
Mashburn.
side,
Oh, on the south side?
where
Poozer.
y'all are doing the design work for the,
Okay,
Housing.
okay. got it.
All right, Fran,
We
where
got-
it is.
As long as you're talking good money,
Mashburn.
keep
I
talking.
was- Yeah, I was thinking Mashburn on it.
I know y'all
I
have-
didn't know Rod Adams is designing that, and I think he may have provided a schedule. February, yeah.
But, so, does that put,
I'm
Yeah.
sorry,
Just
Mr.
for the benefit of myself and possibly Commissioner McKinney, what exactly are we talking about? Are we talking about paving Pusher Road?
Yes.
All the way from,
Boozer Road has been designed, you've designed it, right, David?
Right, that's what we're saying.
It'll be complete in February.
Design figure and then the LMS plan is required in order to apply for grant, to get construction funds.
Okay,
That's kind of a FEMA project for the flooding.
Is it?
there's always been
Is
an
it?
issue right there by Louis Harris's old house.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, now's the time maybe we need to talk about that. Pooza Road, is the design from one end to the other?
Yes.
Okay, what about the flooding area?
Does that get taken care of?
The grant for design the flooding area, and I talked to David and them, and they agreed, they were $24,000, they designed the whole road. I came to y'all, I don't know what month it was, and y'all approved, the rest of that.
Yeah.
Funded,
Okay.
designed it from one end to the other.
Well, there was a little bit of question, so I want to go ahead and clear it up because that is an issue that
Yeah,
we deal with daily.
And I'm not sure what Rod's designing the flooding, and he knows, you know, so if you want details on it, that's Rod.
Well, the main thing is that will help with that 320 project for that road to be paved. So,
Oh, absolutely.
so I don't,
That's, yeah.
yeah, you ain't
Very
gonna
much.
sell nice houses.
And
Two-mile
Especially for
dirt
this
road.
housing on
Yeah.
the south
Right,
side.
sure.
so we're moving forward with the Blue Sky building. Everything's going along with that. So,
Chairman, again, just for my own benefit and Commissioner McKinney's as well, I've heard you mention housing on Poosa Road. Can you give me just a brief summarization of what we're talking about there? I mean, is it
Yeah,
part of the Endeavor
we
project?
have-
or- Yeah.
we have set aside, and there's a map floating around. David can give you a copy of it, of the land. 320 acres out there that comes out to Poosa Road, and we set that aside for housing. So, we're gonna go out there, the
It goes
plan.
south of Food
South
to the
It's a
interstate.
T-shape. It's a
It's a
T-shape.
T-shaped project, but, we go out, put in workforce housing, in order to have, so the people working on Endeavor has somewhere to live. But, we gotta get a conceptual design, in
So
order,
south of Poosa?
Yeah.
yeah,
The bottom end touches the interstate, and the other 16
between
acres goes south.
Poosa and the interstate. Actually, a
It's
piece
just
of it
pine
goes
trees down there now.
over.
Yeah, the Dozier property goes all the way to Old Air Force.
Yeah,
Base
so
road.
this is
It
along
actually
the
goes
old
south of
airbase.
Interstate 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, but what I'm saying,
Yeah,
that
you're right.
far on
Goes
Pooza
all the way to
Road.
all the way
Airbase
to-
Road,
yeah.
Old Airbase Road.
So it goes pretty good ways.
There's
And
15.
actually a tip of it on the south side. of
Yeah,
the
that's that
interstate.
16 acres down there that we looked at.
Yeah, we're trying to get someone to raise their hand to develop that.
This part of that part we was talking about earlier tonight with the rest of them, that's something that we may can leverage, since that was the free land to us from the state, to leverage that maybe to help spur some type of development on houses. Maybe, you know, if certain people qualify, land and all can be a lower cost, if not free, so.
But we need to discuss some other things on this housing, because we got to talk about the water and the sewer and that type stuff, where it's coming from. The city does not have anything at that property, but they're not that far from it. So, we've talked to one developer, and they said they could put in wells and what they call those big septic tank areas, but I don't think the county wants to go into that business. I think we're probably going to go let the city run the water and the sewer. But that's all down the road, but it's issues that we're gonna have to address before the plans can really get going.
Mr. Chair, what else do we need, David, to make that plan come to fruition?
Hey, you don't need, yeah, it's on my desk.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying.
And I'll show you the zoning maps.
Yeah, I just like to see that project, you know, just kind of
Yeah.
creep forward, if not a little bit faster.
Well, I think
than
where
free.
you guys want to go is look at putting together something that potentially you could advertise.
Absolutely.
Exactly where we want,
entertain
a
developers,
conceptual.
And Willie and I've talked about that, and we got to connect some more on that, but
Yeah, that'd be good.
And remember, we got one part of that T that was multi-use, right?
Right, yeah.
Right,
that-
Yeah, we
Yeah,
made all
slide,
the top part, pretty much
top
all,
west.
all the
Yeah.
top part of it.
Well, it was
mixed
just
use.
one side,
Yeah, top left, yeah,
Of the
top
T.
left side.
Maybe, yeah.
yeah, one side of the T.
We have to, somebody gonna have to draw in some roads, give us conceptual drawing that we can work with and go forward.
Yeah, we can do that.
So I know you don't have anything to do.
Thank you, David.
Thanks, David. I'm glad to see you out and about.
I'm like Paul, it's good to be seen and alive.
North of Centipede is always good.
Okay, moving along. Ms. Wendy. Public hearing. I need to bang my gavel.
Yes, you do.
We're going into a public hearing.
Thank you, Commissioner. This is a request for board approval to change the future land use designation of a 2-acre parcel from Ag 1 to Ag 2. It is a 1/4 mile south of Donald Road on the west side of Hammond Road in unincorporated Jackson County. The Planning Commission did recommend approval on January 4th, 2021. And I believe I need to read the title of the ordinance that was, if approved, needs to be on the record. This is.
Go ahead.
Sir?
I said, go ahead.
Thank you. This is an ordinance amending ordinance number 91-6, which adopted the Jackson County Comprehensive Plan to provide for the adoption of a certain small-scale future land use map amendment to the Jackson County Comprehensive Plan, providing for severability and for repeal or providing for an effective date. Thank you.
Okay. Are there any comments from the public? Any comments? Fred, you got any comments?
I'm looking, I don't see any hands raised.
Okay, we're out of public hearing.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion by Commissioner Hill,
Second.
second by Commissioner Pate. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Okay, Commissioner McKinney.
Aye.
Thank you. The motion carries 5-0. Ms. Wendy,
Yes, sir.
page
So
151.
we have several requests for public hearings, and the first one is a request to set a public hearing for Magnolia 71 LLC. And this is for a general development order to construct an 11,475 square foot building to be known as the Hampton Inn and Suites. And at the special planning commission meeting on January 19, 2021, the planning commission recommended approval. We're asking for a motion to approve a request to set a public hearing for the next board meeting scheduled for February 9th, 2021 at 9 a.m.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Hill. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Donifro. Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Commissioner McKinney?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries 5-0. Next one.
Next one is to request board approval to set a public hearing for a wireless telecommunications tower for Power South Energy Cooperative to be located at 4970 Ford Road in unincorporated Jackson County. And this will be set for February 9th at 9 a.m.
So moved, Mr. Chairman. with a
Have
question.
have a motion by Commissioner Hill. Is there a second by Commissioner Pate? Go ahead, Commissioner Hill.
Yeah, has this one verified on the ordinance? They were aware of the ordinance? Okay, okay, very good. Okay, that's all I have.
Were there,
Yes,
just a quick
I-
question,
This-
sorry. Were there any objections voiced at any of the?
Yes, there are, no, not for this tower. I'm thinking of another development order. This one, there are no objections.
Okay. We have a motion by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Pate. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Commissioner McKinney?
Aye.
Okay. Moving right along. Ms. Wendy?
Yes, sir. Requesting board approval to set a public hearing for Appalachia Solar Energy Center. This is to be located approximately 0.23 miles north of the intersection of Hollister Road and Reddick Road in unincorporated Jackson County. This site is bordered by Hollister Road, Reddick Road, and Delwood Cypress Road. This is a request to set the public hearing on February 9th, 2021 at 9 a.m.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Donifred. Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Commissioner McKinney?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries 5-0. Next.
And the final request is for board approval to, I'm sorry, that's not final, but to set a public hearing for the Shepherd's Rest Campground. And this is a request for February 9th at 9:15 a.m. This is a 7-cabin unit with 2 RV sites, a pavilion, a shed, and vehicular use totaling 21,626 square feet of impervious. It's located approximately 1,384 feet west of Highway 71 South and 6.3 miles south of the I-10 corridor.
I have a motion by Commissioner Hill. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Pate. Any discussion?
Yes. How many RV, it says 2 RV campground sites, but how many will it hold, the 2 campgrounds?
The staff report is in progress right now, and I don't have that before me. This is going before the Planning Commission on February 1st. I can get back with you on that if you'd like.
Okay. All right, got a motion and a second. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Commissioner McKinney?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries 5-0. Next, Ms. Wendy.
Yes, sir. This item is a request for approval for an alcoholic beverage license for Chipola Smoke Shop. And this is to sell package sales of beer and wine for off-premise consumption. And it will be located in the vacant storefront of 2816A Highway 71 North. And this was recommended for approval by the Planning Commission, and we're asking for a motion to approve the request for an alcoholic beverage.
I have a motion by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Donifred. Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Commissioner McKinney?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Fred,
Yes, sir.
we got anybody that's got any comments?
I'm looking. I don't see any hands raised.
Anybody here in the room have any comments? Okay, hearing none, we're going into roundtable. Michelle?
I don't have anything.
Okay, Willan?
I don't have anything.
Commissioner Donifred?
Just, and I know we've had discussions about this, but where are we with trash pickup? Just riding around the county, the trash seems to be getting worse and worse, and it's really, really bad. Where are we with that?
Scotty, would you like to speak to that issue?
We're trying to put a plan together, try to bring y'all probably the second board meeting in February to either bid it out or either try to hire X number, 10 to 20 people and try to do it in-house. The bids we got last year were well over 200,000 and up, and we had a contractor below that, but he failed. We got those options, and we've looked at trying to do some adopt the roads and all that, but that's generally 4 times a year. But our plan is to try to bring something to y'all by the second board meeting. And what I've tried to do is we have an area that is inundated. We've been trying to put people together and try to go get it, up, but it's a big problem. So.
Scotty, stay right there.
Yeah, don't run off.
That's all you had.
Commissioner Hill?
Yeah, Scotty, we've got some roads. You want to announce that for me?
Yeah, we received the bids last Thursday afternoon on Commissioner Hill's District 4 roads that he put out, the Old US 90 Lane and Dowling Road. The total bid amount on that came in at $354,460 to resurface both of those roads.
Who was the low bidder?
Capital Asphalt was the low bidder out of Tallahassee. which, used to be, the son owns it now. It was Mitchell Brothers. But the son, Mark Mitchell, owns Capital.
Okay.
What's the completion date you told me? How long do they have?
120 days.
When they starting?
If we award it today, we'd probably get started in the next 30 to 45 days, something, get all the paperwork and everything done.
Is there a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
Commissioner Hill made a motion.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Pate to approve going out for, awarding the contract to Capital Engineering for the resurfacing. Capital Asphalt.
354460.
Okay.
460?
All those in favor, raise your right hand. Commissioner McKinney?
All right, with the question,
I would
what's
go
the
ahead.
mileage of the roads? What's the mileage?
The mile.
One of them's 0.9.
One of them 0.9 and the other one's just, over a I wrote the notes down, I didn't grab
0.9,
it.
I think was,
I can call you in the morning with that, Commissioner McKinney, I can email it to you tonight, once I get done. But, I didn't
Yes, sir, that'd be fine.
take it, all right.
Is this just an inch overlay? I mean, lime rock an inch?
Your OJS 90 lane's we're
Oh,
gonna
just
reclaim that, average 8 inches deep and resurface it, and then, just do an inch, roughly an inch overlay
Well,
on,
the reason I asked that
gallon.
question is, just for the public and all, we usually say 750 to $1 million a mile, so I just wanted to.
yeah.
Right.
That's a new one.
Yeah.
These are existing roads.
These are existing roads.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good point, though. Good
All those in favor, raise your right hand. Oh, we've already voted.
voted on that.
We
Yeah.
voted again.
Motion was carried 5-0.
Yeah.
All right. You finished?
Okay, Miss Betty Dimon from the radio station. This is her last meeting. I think she's online now. But she'll be retiring Friday. And just want to say thank you for your coverage of the county and getting the communications out to our citizens. And happy retirement.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Miss Betty.
Thank you, Miss Betty.
Okay, that's all I got.
Thank you, Ms.
Call
Betty.
you, ma'am. Clay, do you have anything?
No, sir.
Danielle?
No, sir.
Carly? Motion's adjourned. I mean, this thing is adjourned.
Motion's adjourned.
Meeting's adjourned. It's been a long